5 new maps, 4 new guns, and some new perks and some more new stuff in season 2. We all know the game won't be fixed till season 3, so they're gonna be cheaters, but it is what it is. This is another exclusive Ace video. I'll go ahead and have the original video linked down in the description, so if you just want to go watch that, you can. But without further ado, if you are new here, if you've never been here before, it's your boy, the myth, the legend, the man with 3,000 hands, aka Ugly Boy 3000. Go ahead and hit that sub button, turn on the post notifications so you never miss a video, and drop a like. It helps the channel grow, and it puts us to the algorithm, and it gets us one step closer to taking over the world. Exclusive Ace.
What's up, guys? My name is Ace, and after a very long wait, the Season 2 roadmap is finally here for Black Ops 6. And in today's video, we're going to be covering all of the details as they relate to the multiplayer side of things.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, Season 2. I'm gonna let Exclusive Ace explain this to you. You know what I'm saying? I would normally do it myself, but ain't nobody gonna want to watch me. They want to see Exclusive Ace explain it, because I guess he knows more. You know what I'm saying? I guess he's more popular. The world only wants to listen to you if you're popular. So before I get too in detail about that situation, let's get straight into the video, man.
And let's just dive right into this with our map content. And this season, we're going to be getting 5 multiplayer maps.
I'm just playing,
3 of which are core modes for
shout out
regular
Exclusive
6v6,
Ace, though.
and the other 2 are the strike maps or like face-off maps. And
okay, look, out of all these new maps, we get what, 5 of them? Let me know down in the comments what's your favorite map so far, like what looks cool. I like the skate park map. The skate park map looks sick, is pretty sick, bro. It looks pretty sick. But you let me know down in the comments. And we got some new weapons. We got 4 new weapons. Also go ahead and let me know down in the comments what's probably going to be your favorite, and then, you know what I'm saying, we'll see in the future which ones are the best.
Right at launch with the season next week, we're going to be getting Bounty, which is a 6v6 map, and it is described as a medium-sized map. And we did get the map overview for this one. It is a little bit difficult to judge the scale as well as how the rooms and everything are laid out. It is a little cluttered looking just on the map. But as far as I can tell, it does appear this is going to have a whole lot of close quarters combat on it.
Yeah, a lot of headies.
For the other core map that's coming right at launch of the season, we have Dealership. And this one is also described as a medium-sized map. And just seeing the overhead of this one, I am liking what I see so far here. Obviously, this is before actually getting any gameplay time with it, but it looks like it does actually have 3 fairly clearly defined lanes to it, which is something I feel many of the maps in this game are missing. So we'll have to wait to see if that's actually true, but based on what we're seeing at least, it looks like there's the middle lane that goes through the buildings, and then 2 outside lanes on the left and right side that are taking place on the outer areas. And like I said, so far, it's looking pretty good to me. As for the last map that's coming right at launch for the season, we have a strike map, and this is called Lifeline.
Map.
It's not hijacked. I know, as soon as people see a yacht, they're like, is this hijacked?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
This is not hijacked.
This is way smaller
than hijacked.
This is way
smaller. It does take place on a yacht.
It's
and
like
it looks
a 2v2.
like it is going to be very cramped,
map.
as expected with a strike
2v2
map.
and 6v6.
Speaking of small, cramped, tiny maps, mid-season, we're getting another strike map called Bullet, and
it's
this
a
actually
2v2
takes
map
place
too?
on a bullet train. So obviously, it's going to be a very narrow map, although we didn't get the overhead view of this one. We can get a pretty good indication of how small this is going to be. And then finally for maps, another one that's coming in season is a remaster, and this is Grind from Black Ops 2.
Probably going to be the best one. They also had it
in Black Ops 4, if I remember correctly, and it is coming to...
If it was up to me, they should let you pull off a skateboard off the wall and skate around the map. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool. Why not let you do that, Call of Duty? You let the hackers run around. Why, you know what I'm saying? Might as well just let me grab a skateboard and skate around the map. In private match, Skate 4 hasn't dropped. You know what I'm saying? Let me do it, Call of Duty. Fortnite would let me do it.
Black Ops 6. And as far as I can tell, they are maintaining the exact same aesthetic and everything. It's essentially just going to be updated for the graphics of Black Ops 6. So there we go. Those are the 5 multiplayer maps we're getting throughout the season. Personally, I always like to see at least 4 core maps, especially after the long wait for this season, but I understand strike maps are quite popular as well, so I get it. They're bringing 2 of those in, 3 of the regular core maps, and I'm just curious to see how the 2 new ones end up playing out. As for multiplayer game modes, there's a brand new one coming called Overdrive, and this is a twist on Team Deathmatch, so it's going to have the same general structure as Team Deathmatch. However, instead of just going for kills to win the game, you're competing to reach the maximum number of stars. And in order to get these stars, you earn 1 star for basic eliminations, you earn 2 stars for core metal eliminations like headshots or melee attacks, and you earn 3 stars for completing distinguished metal eliminations reserved only for the most impressive takedowns. Now, a big twist on this is as you earn more stars, you unlock operator abilities that will help you out. So with 1 star, you get Awakened Senses, which allows you to see enemies through walls.
All right, off top, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is going to be a good game mode. I like these game modes that they're adding, and I like any game mode where you get abilities. Like when you kill people, you get abilities. It's like specialist. But they should just make the game fun, this fun off top, just off the back. Let me run around, let me slide, let me jump and shoot right away. Man, they know what they're doing.
Replenish your health after eliminating a target. And if this were an ability in normal game modes, I'd be pretty outraged right now, but this is a side limited time mode, so it's really designed to be something totally different. For 3 stars, you get physical enhancements, which increase your movement and reload speeds.
That's sick.
And for 6 stars, you get augmented handling, which improves hipfire accuracy, sprint to fire time, as well as your aim down sight time. If you earn all 3 of these buffs, you then activate overdrive, and this allows you to earn double the stars when eliminating enemies. So overall, sounds like a fairly interesting game mode. I'm definitely looking forward to hopping in and seeing how it plays out, although a little bit skeptical about the wall hack ability at least. Then in addition to that, at launch with the season, we're getting gun game, finally. Yeah. Then later on in the season, we're getting...
I got a real question. Like, why did they take out gunfight? I haven't been paying attention. I don't know why they took out gunfight. I'm assuming they took it out because they didn't have no maps. They just ported over all the old maps into gunfight, and it was kind of whack. They had stakeout, but... You know what I'm saying? Why did they take it out? Why did they?
Gunfight. And with this one, it's gunfight, but it's 3v3. And then finally, another in-season mode we're going to be getting is called Couples Dance-Off. So it looks like it'll be a Valentine's mode. And with this one, it's 2v2 face-off. So it's 2v2 on the small maps, the strike maps, and it's team deathmatch, domination, and kill confirmed. After that, let's get into the new gameplay content that's coming. The first thing is a new perk that's coming as an event reward. And this one is called Slipstream, which is a tier 3 perk. It's red, so it's part of the Enforcer specialty. And this is essentially the all-terrain boots from last year. It raises your base sprint speed, but it takes away your ability to tactical sprint.
I like this perk. If you guys
remember from last year, I did the testing with the all-terrain boots.
And I'm a tac sprint player.
That perk allowed you to still get from point A to point B just as fast as if you were tactical sprinting, at least for longer distances.
It just
like
takes away the delay of the tac sprint.
As long as you weren't using like double time, for instance. So you can still cover distances effectively, but you just never tactical sprint, which means you never have to worry about your tactical sprint out time. Yep. And as a tier 3 perk, I actually think I'm going to be using this one fairly often. And a side note that I have mentioned a lot in the past, I personally think this game would be better off if this were just the default mode for everybody. Hey, but we're not going to dive too deep into that.
We're not going to dive into it. Exclusive Ace.
Next up, mid-season, there's another perk coming. This one is going to be a tier 2 Enforcer perk. So once again, a red perk. And this one's called Hunter's Instinct. And with this, they just say eliminating an enemy will mark the next closest enemy. I'm hoping that just means it marks them on the mini-map, and this isn't going to be one of those see enemies through walls situations.
Exactly.
But I guess we'll just have to wait to see on that one.
Crazy. We'll see.
Now, in addition to 2 new perks, we're also getting a new wildcard in season, not right at launch. And this one's called Fly Swatter, and it allows you to replace your dedicated melee weapon with a launcher instead. So you could have a primary weapon, a pistol, and a launcher on your class.
Sick.
Which is a pretty interesting wildcard. I don't see myself ever using this, but it's interesting
if you're leveling
nonetheless.
Up, you know what I'm saying?
After that, we have a new or returning Scorestreak. The War Machine is coming as part of an event reward. And we actually saw a clip of this in the trailer on dealership. With this, it'll take 1,300 score to earn, and it's a burst fire grenade launcher with grenades that explode on impact. Now, they go on to mention it is a 3-round burst launcher, and it comes with 30 rounds, which is pretty big for a Scorestreak, although we will have to wait to see just how powerful each one of those explosives are. I would assume since it is a 3-round burst, each individual explosive is probably not super powerful on its own, and it's more so about stacking the explosive power.
I hope it's hella powerful. I hope it's OP.
I'll be sure to do a very detailed breakdown video of this once it eventually comes out. In either case, after that, let's move on to the quality of life upgrades that we've already heard about. The first one is challenge tracking. They give us a little teaser here. We can track up to 10 challenges, and that just allows you to see what your progress is while you're actually in the game. On top of that, we're getting unique HUD presets for multiplayer and zombies, and they will be separated now. So if you change your heads-up display settings in zombies, it won't be changing it for multiplayer as well. And then they continue on with this with several things that we also have heard about. I have covered this in the past, but we're going to see reduced player collision between teammates. There's going to be a weapon balance patch, which we didn't get any details
just so they can say they fixed
today's
it.
blog post. We usually get that with the patch notes as we get closer to the updates, and of course, I'll be covering that in great detail when it comes. On top of that, they're further reducing weapon motion when jumping, sliding, and diving when using dexterity.
They messed it up more just so they say they can fix it.
Confirmed by reducing the height of the dog tags. They're simplifying and or expanding requirements for several calling card challenges, as well as fixing bugs challenges. And they're expanding the number of featured playlist slots to allow for more marquee playlists on the main menu. So there we go, a nice handful of quality of life changes here.
It's
now
cool.
let's move on to the weapons we can expect throughout the season.
Let's see the weapons.
And at launch, the first weapon we're going to be getting is the PPSH-41. And this is obviously an SMG. It's got a 32-round magazine and a fast fire rate with impressive damage, but high recoil. Now, that one will be available in the Battle
Black
Pass.
Ops gun too. I like it. I like
the
it.
Cypher 91 assault rifle. This is the other one we're getting at launch in the Battle Pass. And with this, it's a full auto, slow fire rate assault rifle that's balanced by great handling, excellent mobility, and they also mention it has excellent range. After that, surprisingly, we've got a third Battle Pass gun that's coming right at launch. Usually we just see two, and this one is the Fang 82 LMG. And with this, even though it's an LMG, it mentions it has a 30-round magazine. It's got a very slow rate of fire with great damage and handling for an LMG at least. And then finally, we're getting another weapon at launch, although this was part of an event reward, but
the TR2.
This must be the event that's coming right at launch.
It's a single fire,
season.
It has to be.
And
it looks
this
like
is a marksman rifle called the TR2, and it appears to be the FAL. They describe it as a semi-auto marksman rifle with great rate of fire and respectable handling, and I am really looking forward to seeing what the rate of fire is on this.
The cheaters are going to love that gun.
In semi-auto guns that have a high fire rate cap, and I personally love those types of weapons, so I hope that this is accurate and we actually have like a 500+ round per minute rate of fire cap. Time will tell on that. They also mention mid-season there will be additional ordnance, including hand-to-hand weapons and a rip-roaring projectile armament coming later on. And we'll get more information on those as we get toward the Season 2 Reloaded update. Now, in addition to all those new weapons that are coming, we're also getting new attachments. And these are kind of like aftermarket parts from last year or weapon mods. The first one is the crossbow, and this one's coming at launch. And this one will be available on assault rifles,
it's going to have different tips.
And the AEK 973.
Explosive
and it's basically just an underbarrel crossbow attachment. And it mentions it comes with 3 explosive tip bolts that detonate shortly after impacting for an explosive finish. On top of that, within the launch window, but not right at launch, we're getting the full auto mod for the AEK 973, which converts that from a burst gun into a full auto. Also within the launch window, they mentioned the binary trigger is coming to the Tonto 22, so it becomes semi-auto, but every time you pull the trigger, it fires, and then every time you release the trigger, it fires again.
Okay,
we did see a binary trigger attachment last year with Modern Warfare 3. And then finally, mid-season, we're going to be getting the belt-fed attachment for LMGs, and this gives you an extreme amount of ammo that's continuously fed into the weapon, and it sounds like you just don't have to reload. However, it will overheat if you hold the trigger down for too long. And I do like attachments like that. I find those to be quite interesting. So I'm happy to see some of these weapon mods coming. Unfortunately, it's not nearly at the level of what we expected last year with Modern Warfare 3 and the aftermarket.
Whoever likes reloading,
system,
let me know down in the comments if you like reloading.
And they sound pretty interesting. And there we go. That's going to wrap it up for all of the playable content that's coming for multiplayer in Black Ops 6. And my initial impressions based on what we're seeing here is it's looking pretty good overall. It's nice to see we're getting a bunch of weapons right up front. The maps, based on the overhead views that we're seeing, seem like they maybe have potential at least. Obviously, I need to actually get my hands on them and play them to form real opinions on that. But I'm not seeing any glaring issues popping out immediately based on the overhead views. I'm happy to see Grind returning. It's a great map. I do enjoy it. And it's nice to see the perks and quality of life additions that are coming as well. Now, of course, those are just my initial impressions based on this roadmap, and I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below.
Me too.
How are you feeling about Season 2 based on what we're seeing here so far? Are you guys generally excited for this? Is this bringing you back to the game if you're somebody that has fallen off? Or is it not enough? Just let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.